You want to save $10,000 this year, or maybe just $5,000. Hell, at this point, you'd settle for knowing where that $200 went last week. You've watched the finance videos, you downloaded the apps, you've even, and I know this is embarrassing, color-coded a spreadsheet that you abandoned by day 3. And yet, here we are, again. So today, we're talking about the one thing that would actually change your financial life. Sticking to a budget, not making one, not understanding compound interest, not meal prepping your way to millions, just actually following the spending plan you set for yourself. That's it. That's the whole game. But nobody does it. And I'm going to tell you why. And then I'm going to give you a method that doesn't require you to become a different person. Here's what every personal finance guru tells you to do. Step 1. Track every single expense, every coffee, every pack of gum, every time you split an Uber. Log it immediately or you'll forget. Step 2. Categorize everything into detailed buckets, not just food. No. Groceries, dining out, coffee shops, late night regret tacos. Step 3. Review your spending weekly, ideally daily. Compare it against your budget. Adjust accordingly. Step 4, use the envelope method or the zero-based budget or the 50-30-20 rule or whatever system they're selling this week. Cool. There's just one tiny problem. This is a part-time job. You know what I already have? A full-time job. You know what I don't have? The discipline of a Buddhist monk combined with the organizational skills of a wedding planner. And here's the thing. This advice isn't wrong. It's just optimized for people who don't exist. It's like telling someone who wants to get in shape to just track your macros, meal prep on Sundays, do fasted cardio at 5 a.m., and really focus on mind-muscle connection. Like, yes, that works, but I was asking how to do 10 push-ups without dying. The traditional budgeting advice assumes you'll have a personality transplant the moment you download Mint. Spoiler alert, you won't. Here's what actually happens. You start January 1st with a beautiful budget. You're going to spend $400 on groceries, $200 on eating out, $100 on entertainment. It's all very reasonable. January 3rd, your friend's birthday dinner, $85. January 6th, your jeans ripped. You need new jeans, $70. January 10th, you forgot about that subscription that auto-renewed, $15. January 15th, you're tired. You ordered delivery, $35. And at no point did you check your budget because checking your budget feels like stepping on a scale after Thanksgiving. You know it's bad. Looking at the number doesn't make it better. It just makes you feel worse. So you avoid it. And then by January 31st, you're $600 over in miscellaneous spending and you have no idea how it happened. The problem isn't that you're bad with money. The problem is that budgets require constant attention, but spending requires zero attention. It's an unfair fight.
The solution: the pay yourself first, automate the rest method.
Forget tracking expenses. Seriously, delete the app. We're going to approach this completely differently. The method is simple. We're going to make it impossible to fail by removing all the decisions. I call this the PYFAR method, which stands for pay yourself first, automate the rest. Catchy, right? Absolutely, but it works.
Here's the core insight. You don't need to track where your money goes if you've already decided where it goes before you can spend it. You're not building discipline, you're building a system that works even when you have zero discipline. Think of it like this. You know how you pay your rent or mortgage every month without thinking about it? You never sit there going, should I pay rent this month or should I buy 17 houseplants and hope my landlord accepts pothos as legal tender? No, the rent just goes. It's automatic. It's non-negotiable. We're going to do that with your entire budget. Level 1, the bare minimum. What most people do, they leave all their money in their checking account and try to mentally keep track of what they can spend. This is like trying to diet with a pantry full of Oreos. Your willpower will lose. The Oreos will win. What you should do instead, on payday, the first thing that happens before you see that money, before you can touch it, before you can spend it on noise-canceling headphones you definitely don't need, a fixed amount goes to savings automatically. Set up an automatic transfer.
Payday is Friday, the money moves Friday. $200, $500, whatever amount you decided is your savings goal. It happens without you. Why this works? You can't budget money you don't have. Once that money is in savings, it's psychologically gone. You'll budget around what's left, which is literally the only thing that matters. Everything else is theater. But what if I need that money for an emergency? Great question. That's literally what the emergency fund is for. And if you have an emergency every single month, then either you need to save less or, and I'm just spitballing here, you're calling I want Thai food an emergency. Level 2, automate your fixed expenses. What most people do, they manually pay bills throughout the month. Rent on the 1st, electricity on the 12th, internet on the 20th, credit card on the 28th. Each one is a task. Each one is an opportunity to forget or be late or pay a fee. What you should do instead, automate every single fixed expense. Rent, utilities, subscriptions, insurance, debt payments, all of it. Everything that's the same amount every month or close enough gets autopay. Here's the key. Put all of these on a credit card if possible, then autopay the credit card in full. Why? Because now you've got one payment date to remember instead of 12, and you're getting points or cash back. It's free money for doing what you were going to do anyway. Why this works? You just eliminated 90% of your financial to-do list. Those bills aren't hanging over your head. You're not getting late fees. You're not playing mental Tetris trying to remember what's due when. More importantly, you now know exactly how much money you have left for everything else. If you get paid $4,000 a month and $1,500 automatically goes to savings and fixed expenses, then you have $2,500 for groceries, gas, fun, and whatever else. That's your number. That's your only number. Level 3, the variable expense rule. What most people do, they try to budget separately for groceries, dining out, entertainment, shopping, personal care, and 17 other categories. Then they overspend in one category, borrow from another, feel guilty, give up. What you should do instead, one number, one bucket. Everything that's not automatic goes into variable spending. That's groceries, restaurants, clothes, haircuts, concert tickets, birthday gifts, your weird impulse purchase phase where you thought you'd get really into pottery. Calculate this number by subtracting your automated stuff from your income. That's what you have. Don't subdivide it unless you're the kind of person who genuinely enjoys subdividing things, in which case, why are you watching this video? You're clearly already fine. Why this works? You can't break rules that don't exist. By having one number, you're giving yourself flexibility. How to spend your weekend? Fine. Eat cheap this week. No guilt, no failure, just math. You're not bad at groceries and good at entertainment. You're just managing a single pool of money. And here's the thing nobody tells you. The goal isn't perfection, it's sustainability. A simple system you'll actually follow beats a perfect system you'll abandon in a week. Some weeks you'll be over, some weeks you'll be under. As long as the automatic savings and bills are handled, you're winning. Level 4, the visual checkpoint. What most people do? Nothing. They just hope they're on track. They avoid their bank account like it's their high school crush who definitely doesn't remember them. What you should do instead? Once a week, same day, same time, you look at your checking account balance. That's it. You're not categorizing, you're not judging, you're just checking, do I have approximately the right amount of money for this point in the month? If your variable spending budget is $2,000 a month and you're halfway through the month with $400 left, you know you need to chill for the next 2 weeks. Why this works? This is the lightest possible touch that still keeps you aware. You're not doing math, you're not tracking, you're just glancing at a number once a week, which takes literally 15 seconds. And because you're doing it regularly, you catch problems early. You don't get to the end of the month and discover you've somehow spent $3,000 on miscellaneous. You course correct in real time. But I don't want to look because it stresses me out. I hear you, but you know what's more stressful? Being broke and having no idea why. This is like checking if your gas tank is empty before a road trip. Yes, you might not like what you see, but at least you're not stranded on the highway. Level 5, the buffer. What most people do, they budget to spend exactly 100% of their income. Every dollar has a job. Very efficient, also very fragile. What you should do instead,
build in a buffer. Your variable spending budget shouldn't be everything that's left after savings and bills. It should be everything that's left after savings, bills, and an extra $200 to $300 that just sits there. This is your chaos buffer, your thing has cost more than you expected fund, your I forgot about that thing cushion. Why this works? Life is unpredictable. Prices go up, you forget things, your friends plan expensive stuff. The buffer means that when life happens, and it will, you don't blow up your whole system. A budget with no margin for error is a budget designed to fail. You need wiggle room, not because you're irresponsible, but because you're human. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This is great advice if you have money left over after bills, but I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I can't automate savings because there's nothing to save. First, I believe you. I'm not going to hit you with some bootstrap nonsense about how you just need to cut your daily latte. If you're genuinely broke, you're genuinely broke. But here's what I will say. This system still works, you just adjust the numbers. Maybe you're not automating $500 to savings, maybe it's $20. Maybe you don't have a buffer yet, that's fine, that can be a goal. The principle is the same. Automate what you can, simplify everything, reduce decision making. Because even if you're broke, you still have to manage money. And wouldn't you rather manage it in the easiest way possible? Look, here's the truth. You're probably never going to be the person who tracks every penny. You're not going to meal prep 21 meals every Sunday. You're not going to stop wanting things. And that's fine. You don't need to become someone else. You just need a system that works for the person you already are.
The PYFAR method isn't sexy.
It's not going to go viral on financial TikTok, but it works because it removes the part where you have to be disciplined every single day. You make a few good decisions once, set up some automations, and then you just live your life. Will you still overspend sometimes? Probably. Will you still make dumb purchases? Absolutely. But your savings will grow anyway, your bills will get paid anyway, and you'll actually know where you stand. That's not being perfect. That's just being better. And better is enough. All right, that's it. Go automate something. And maybe don't buy those noise-canceling headphones. Or do. I'm not your financial advisor. Later.